Hello, oh my gosh, I am Steven, the calculator guy, and have you ever wanted to look at how yields have done in the past to see how likely they are to continue into the future? Well, Beefy V2 allows you to do that. Not a sponsor, by the way, guys, you know, I don't do that. But I did find Beefy V2 beta, and it's exceptional. Like, it's genuinely exceptional. So super excited, and I'm going to show it to you. So if you don't know, Beefy has had a V2 or beta for like a couple months, and it's just getting better in my opinion. So Beefy is a yield aggregator, also known as an auto compounder. What they do is they take your staking pairs, and instead of you having to compound your rewards constantly, they do it all for you. And they take like a 4% profit fee. So every time they compound, that's profit. They just take 4% of that. So if you made $1 of profit one day, you would get 96 cents reinvested or compounded into the strategy. Anyways, you launch the app, right? You're going to get here. You click try the beta. This is the important part, right? Let me zoom in and it says try the beta. So you want to click that, right? You don't want to go to the original app. You just want to click on try the beta. That's going to bring you here. You can see that I'm looking at stable coins. There's actually some pretty interesting stable plays. I will say that Polygon is like the 4x chain. If you want to learn how to use Curve with Jarvis, I have a video out there somewhere. I also recently posted about it on my Patreon if you want to join. But these are pretty interesting, right? Like, let's say that I want to be exposed to the Canadian dollar, because I think that, you know, I'm already hedged against crypto with my UST or USDC, but I want to be hedged a little bit against US dollar, maybe with some exposure to CAD, and I don't mind that beautiful 36% APY, but let's see how long it's lasted, right? 9 safety score, so I'm perfectly fine with this, safety-wise. So in the past week, it's gone from 14%, not that great, to 36%, pretty great. If you look at 1 month, right, we can see we're in the 30s around here, but we've been in the high teens for the most of March. And, you know, in February, we were in the 20s. So that's pretty cool. If we look at 1 year, we can see we hover between the 20s and the high teens. And that's fine. I mean, it's around Anchor. It's not necessarily better than Anchor. It's better than Anchor right now, but if it stays in the teens and 20s, and I want exposure to the Canadian dollar, and I want exposure to other currencies, this is great. You know, it's good enough for me. I might go ahead and like do a little investment there. Again, these positions with Jarvis are kind of difficult to open. So do watch my Jarvis video. I swear I have one out there. If not, again, I did just post about this on Patreon. But it's not that difficult once you understand how to use the Jarvis dApp. So that's cool, right? We saw the historical data. Also, you can see where the safety score comes from. I love this. You can get insurance on your vault. I mean, how cool is this stuff, right? But also down here, you can see the audits. That's really cool. Community audit. You can see the APR, right? This is what it is before compounding. This is what it is after compounding. Technically, you could get a little bit better than this if you compounded it yourself, but not by much. And here we get the asset details. So if you want to figure out where you can purchase this, you can click on go to website. For example, with JCAD, it'll pop up from Jarvis, and this is where you have to go to get the token. Again, I'm not doing a video on Jarvis. I'm just sort of showing you the features. For CAD-C, you can go here. And if you want, this is a way to get it. Honestly, if you're gonna go that way, there may be some other ways, maybe some swaps you can use. So consider searching the token. I'm just saying there are other ways to get that particular token. And anywho, so like you can look at the stable pairs to see how stable they are. I mean, let's say you're interested in my USDC or even BUSD USDT. You click on it. You say, okay, pretty stable for the week. Okay, looks like we're up from 10% mid-March. Let's look at the yearly. All right, okay, so we're actually hovering between 30 and 30 and 12. It looks like we might even be in a low with the APY, so this is possibly a decent strategy, right? And now I got a baby that should be sleeping. But one of the other features I wanted to show you really quick was you can zap into these. Now you could have zapped before, but I just want to show you where you zap now. And I think my my video's in the way, so let me scroll up. There we go. So right here, you can see deposit your LP or zap into my or USDC. What that means is, if you don't know what zapping is, you can have just my or just USDC. You can see I have like very, very little USDC. But you can just have that asset. You use that asset, right? Click this, maybe max. It's not enough. And then click, well, switch to the network, and then zap in. And what it will do is it will split that single token into 2 tokens, right? My and USDC, and then it will make the LP, and it will deposit the LP here. So using 1 token, basically 1 click, you can enter this this strategy, which is pretty cool. Now let's say you want something a little bit more interesting than stablecoins. Well, you can go to blue chips and you can sort by APY, you can sort by deposit, you can sort by safety, which is nice, you know, get all those nice 10 safeties. I'm always going to sort by APY and then, you know, check from there. None of these are super interesting to me, to be honest, you know, under 50%, and there might be impermanent loss. So I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily enter any of these, but maybe you would. We all have different risk analyses. One of the other cool things you can do, let's just click all for a second here, and then filter. You can filter by boosted, so you can see what is currently being boosted if you're interested in any of these, because generally with the boost, you're going to get better than you would on just the farm by itself. So it's one thing you can do. I don't know why you would look at retire vaults, but you can. You can also go by blockchain, right? See what kind of blockchains. You can check. This is a cool thing. You can check the blockchains that you're interested in. So you don't have to check. Like, let's just say you're interested in AVAX, Phantom, like the big ones, Harmony, Polygon. I think there are other big ones too. But let's say, like, you know, just the ones that are really well known at the moment. I would also throw Chronos on there, but just for example, right? And you want to see like what's going on there. You could look at some of these seigniorage token ones, and you could click on them, and you could see that, you know, we went from 500,000% APY down to 47,000% APY this week. Probably we're going to continue going down. Also, being exposed to based is more than likely being exposed to a relatively volatile token. So do keep that in mind when you're doing your research, right? Cool. So let me clear these filters really quickly, see what else we can do. Vault type, you can look at single assets. This is kind of interesting. So you can see what is being auto-compounded. So here we have, you can earn Wrapped Phantom with B Phantom Earning Pool. This is kind of interesting, right? So now you have something to look into, maybe something to research, something to pique your interest. Then there's also the Beefy Maxi pools, Solace, which is going to give you quite a bit of APY. It's a single side. Please do be careful with those. PNG. So you can, let's sort these by APY. Sort by APY. Okay, you know, maybe you want to be exposed to Spirit. Could be exposed to Cake if you want to. You can see most of these are going to be farm tokens. So anyways, that's one thing you can do. Also Curve if you know that's what you're into. And the like. So sort by APY. Let's clear the filter again. And hey, why are you looking at me? You should be sleeping. You should be sleeping. And then platform. Plenty of platforms to choose from. I'm not gonna go through that. That's just too much. So that's pretty much it, guys. My favorite part about this, if I'm gonna be completely honest, how is this not a stable pair? AUSDO USDT. I believe this is a stable pair, to be honest. But let me look at this. How long has this been open? Since March 17th. So this has been open 5 days. Relatively new pair. Do keep that in mind. Probably gonna have low TVL. Yeah, 13,000 low TVL. So the likelihood of this APY staying above, I would even say 20%, is probably pretty low. So even though it looks really good, I probably wouldn't jump into this quickly, right? I would think, okay, probably not going to stay this high for this long. So even though it looks tempting, I may waste a lot of money on gas trying to get onto, what is the Aurora? Yeah, trying to get onto the Aurora blockchain and depositing into there. So do keep that kind of stuff in mind, right? This vault's 5 days old. So the cool thing is, right, I don't think there's any deposit fees for this one. Yeah, no deposit fee and smallish withdrawal fee. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you wanted information about this a while ago, I did talk about it on the Patreon. It takes me a while to do things via YouTube, just because YouTube is a little bit slower and I have to do a little bit more production value, even though I know this doesn't look like a lot of production value. Okay, that's it. I'm just super excited that you guys watch me. I will attempt to continue making content that you like. So thank you a lot. I do love Beefy V2 Analytics. Again, not a sponsor, just very excited with all the stuff that they offer. Have a wonderful and fantastic rest of your day. Look at how cute she is. Aww.